Hello and welcome back to my beginner Illustrator tutorials. Today we're going to be talking about Pathfinder. This is a tool I don't really see much talk about, but it is honestly one of the most handy tools and one of the first tools you can do some really cool stuff with. So I want to introduce it early and get you familiar with it. This is going off assuming you've done my at least the shape and the pen tools tutorial and you've played with them a little bit. All of my keystrokes will be on screen. You should be able to copy what I'm doing exactly if you really want to. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to use the tool to recreate a logo similar to this, but we're going to do it with circles instead. And I want you to use a different shape. Don't use circles. Use stars or something. But just try to follow along, and I'll explain what I'm doing as I go. You're going to be able to find the Pathfinder tool up here in the window button. It's right down here. I have it pinned on my little hotmark because I just use it so much. And we're only really going to be looking at these two buttons right here, Unite and Divide. They're handy buttons and they're the best part of this whole thing. So, what do we do first? We're probably going to first create some circles. We're going to use the ellipse tool that's out here, or L. M is rectangle, L is ellipses. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to just shift, drag, make a perfect circle. That's what we want. And I'm going to make it, why not? Let's make it red. And I'm going to get rid of the stroke on the back. Another way to do that would be to just have that, whatever is in front is the color that's selected. So we're going to press X to switch them and press slash to clear it out. And that's a little hotkey that's just going to help you navigate this little color thing. I hate having to run back over here, back and forth all the time. So I have slash and X under my fingers. D is also pretty good because it resets the stroke to black and the color to white. D for default. That's a nice, easy way to remember it. Continuing, now what we're going to do here is I'm going to play with it a little bit. You can follow along if you want. I'm just going to make it look a little cooler before we move on. What I'm gonna use is the shear tool that's over here. It does not have a hotkey, so you have to pop out the scale tool over here and select the shear tool. And we're just gonna, yeah, give me something like that. Okay. And now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this and change the color a little bit so I can be able to tell the difference. And we got two little ovals right here. And well, let's look at this, right? This is just 4 squares, and then I copied it and I rotated it, and they have a little stroke on it. Well, how are they doing that little segmented thing where they're overlapping into each other? What that is the Pathfinder tool. So let's go back. I'm going to show you again in the window before I start using it on my sidebar. The Pathfinder tool is over here, and we're going to press divide. Now what that did is if you watched, the outlines intersect into each other, and that's what divide does. If you look at the shape, it kind of looks like that. We're going to click it, and now if we use our direct selection tool with A, we can click on it and should be able to just delete it, and look at that, carved out a little hole. You can kind of see what I did here now. And what that should do is every time you have this selected, you can just press Ctrl Z to undo it. You can move it to any part of the shape, do it again, and you can take that middle piece out. You can do some real crazy stuff with this tool. It's really handy. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can use it with your art using the blob brush and just intersect lines into each other and cut stuff out, and it's such a little handy tool. I don't really care what text you use for this. I just was kind of making it look spicy. Why not red ring? And then I'm just gonna, look at that. Ain't that something? Now, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Go back and learn more about the Pathfinder tool. It's a really handy little tool, and I'll show you real quick. I forgot this little one part. If you use the Unite button, what it does is it's kind of self-explanatory. That's why I didn't really push over it before. But if the two shapes are crossing over each other and you unite them, it's just going to make one big shape. That's really all you need. So if you go to the next video, we're going to be looking at using the blob tool, the blob brush tool, to be able to paint stuff, and also use the Pathfinder tool to cut out our lines on the outside. And I'll see you there.